Well, hello, and welcome back. What I've got here today are two shoulder slip straps for cameras. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to make these work for you because both of them have a fatal flaw. So first of all, I have the Waka, which is the $16, $17 one. And the next one that has also really good reviews is the Altura, and this is in the realm of $26. After that, you go up to like $60, $70, $80, $100. It gets crazy, right? So I'm going to go over the one I like first and show you exactly how to use it. So you put this thing over your shoulder. It actually has a buckle that you can, if you prefer to do it this way, you can hit the safety button on the buckle, and then, actually I don't want to do it that way, but you hit the safety button and then you can pull the clips. So it's got that on both sides. And this one, what I like about it is it's got a little thumb strap. Let me see if I can get up here. So it's got a little thumb strap, so you just pull it down and you tighten it, and then you push up and you loosen it. And the way that you attach it to your camera is, here's the secret, because both of these come with mounts that I don't recommend, and I'll tell you why in a second. But what you do is you get I think it's called a D-ring screw. So if you're watching this on Amazon, if you go to YouTube and search Cool AJ86 camera shoulder slip strap, that is going to give you this video with everything that I'm talking about in the description with direct links. So you get these little D-ring screws and you replace the screws that are in your mounting plate with these, and there's enough room on them that you can actually fit. I don't know if you can see here. We'll try to get a little closer. So there's enough room between them that the mounting clip will fit just fine. And then you can hold the camera down here. Okay, and so then pull it up. Got it. Want to tighten it? Pull it down. Untightens, or loosens rather, automatically. Now the reason that I prefer this one is the simple push-pull mechanism that's very loose and light and easy to work with. And then that it does have the buckle if you want to unleash the buckle, or you can pull it over your head. And it also comes with, which is attached to this camera right now, but it also comes with a little, oh no, is it here? Oh, it's here. It's here. So it also comes with a little safety strap that you can put on the loop that you use to push-pull. And so then, if you're afraid of something going wrong with the little loop here failing, or the clip failing, or something like that, you've got a backup system, so both would have to fail. So I think that that's kind of nice. I really appreciate that, especially since neither of the mounts work correctly on either of these. I think that this is the best option, is what I just showed you. Now I'll explain why I'll show you the other strap, and then I'll explain why the mounts don't work. That was the Waka, and this is the Altura. So first of all, you do not have to have this extra shoulder strap. You can unbutton it and take it off. So if that feels like a little bit much for you, you can. But I think the reason that they have it on there, and I know you can't see my face, but it's okay because we're going to do this body style thing. But I think the reason they have it on there is if you have a larger rig that has more weight, this gives you a little extra support, and you can adjust this and tighten it or loosen it or whatever. So you kind of go in through one way and then put your other arm in through the other way, which I don't think I'd actually use this that way. This does have, you pull up to loosen, which again, let's see. So you pull up to loosen, and then you pull down to tighten, but it doesn't have a nice little thumb pull. You kind of pull like that, which I guess is fine. And then it has this little doodad here, which I think is intended, I'm not really sure what it's intended. I think it's intended you can lock it in place so that when you move your camera up, you only move it so far, and it gives you more stability, and you don't loosen or tighten the strap too much. I'm not really clear on it. Both of them have one on the back, and I don't really know what that is, other than perhaps you don't want your camera sliding too far back, I guess is what it's for. You don't want the clip sliding too far back. Both of them had it on the back, but this one also has it on the front, and I just find it to be more cumbersome. Even if you just leave it loose, you can run into this situation where the clip runs into it and then gets stuck on it, and then it's like, oh, what's going on there? So I'm not a big fan of that. Let me go ahead and clip this on just so I can show that this works about the same. Okay, so here we are. It's tightened up. Oh, whoops, I left that thing locked. Let me unlock it and put it halfway so it doesn't get caught. So tightened up, boom. Okay, so as far as that goes, it works. But it does not have an extra safety strap, and I wish that it did, because I don't like either of the way that the clip mounts are supposed to work. So let's go into the clip mounts next. So I'm gonna take this thing off. And they both have zips on them. Like, they're pretty comparable in most ways. Here is the mount for the Waka. And out of the two, this one is actually functionally better, even though it doesn't look as nice at all. The other one's got way better manufacturing quality. Let's just take a look at this. So the idea is you take this and you screw it into the bottom of your camera. We get that, right? But the problem is that there's no mount here. So if you want to use a tripod as well, then you have to do something to solve that problem. And it doesn't sit very evenly. So it doesn't sit very evenly. And then depending on the tripod, because some have something on both sides, like maybe the handle that moves up and down is on this side, and then you've got the knob on this side. And so you can mount a plate to this. It's got a standard screw, so you can mount a plate to the bottom, but it still doesn't sit flush. This is still a little too high, so that should be lowered. And then this thing, if you mount the plate, might either hit up against the knob on the one side or the lever on the other side, which is the case with the tripod that camera's on right now. So that's the thing that I don't like about it. Now, you can use a longer plate. Oh, wait, here's the other plate. You can use a longer plate like this instead of a small plate, and then you can position it anywhere you want, but then you got a little bit of extra bulk on it. Kind of solves the problem. And you do, honestly, you do get a little bit better balance if you use the clip that's off to the side like this, as opposed to clipping directly onto the middle. It does actually, that is a little bit nicer. So let's move on. So this is the Waka one again. It's not as nice as you'll see, but I prefer it better as a solution. The other one is just so beautifully manufactured. They just missed the mark. They should have either made it a mount plate in of itself, Arca Swiss style, or they should have fixed a critical flaw in this. So this one lays nice and flat. If you set your camera down, it doesn't go lopsided. It's beautiful, perfect, lovely, right? And it's got this little clip, so it can go into the L shape the way that it's supposed to when you mount it. Whoops, I don't know if you can see that there. So it's got that. You just press the button, it goes up or down. That's awesome, right? The problem is this. This also has the ability to mount a plate onto it. But you typically would want the L bracket to work in either mode. Put it flat when you want to lay it down, or put it in the tripod, and then move it out when you want to be able to use it in the shoulder strap. Well, the problem is that if you have it in the L mode, no matter which type of plate you have, there's no way to get the plate to go into the screw hole where it would need to go. And if you do put it on, then there's no way to get the little L loop to go in the right position so that the clip will fit securely. So I think this is just a total missed opportunity, and it's only off by, I mean, pretty much these things come in standard sizes where the screw will be just so far away from the plate. So I've tried with a couple of different plates, and in all of them, it's just off by, oh gosh, you know, a quarter of an inch. If they just move the hole over a quarter of an inch, it would work perfectly, and it's just so beautifully manufactured. It just sucks that they really missed the mark on that one. So that was the, Altura, yeah, Altura. So that was, again, this is the one I recommend, link in the description. That was the Waka. Did I say Altura? That's the Waka, that's the one I recommend. This is the Altura. This is the one that is a little bit more expensive, a little bit nicer build quality, but I don't know that I recommend it because it's a little bit more cumbersome to use and doesn't have as good of features overall. And then last but not least is the D-ring screws, which, let me see if I can show this up to you, show to you up close. So there you are. That's the D-ring screw, like that. And these just have just enough room that you can put the metal clips on, and they work just fine. So if your mount comes with a screw like this, and it looks like it's flimsy, and you wouldn't trust the weight of your camera on it, well, first of all, if you've got the Waka, that might not be a problem, and because you've got the safety strap. And second of all, you can get the D-ring screws that I linked to in the description. So I hope that that helps. If you find some other shoulder strap, I'm sure that it's going to have the same problems because, you know, people manufacture things. It's like did anybody use the product before they put it on the shelf, or did they just think, someone else is making this, we can make one that's higher quality or that's cheaper? And to say, like, just did you have someone go out and use the product? I don't know. Anyway, have a good one. Adios.